I have Mark and Rian of End of Days with me.
Hey, this is Mark. I'm the bass player, co-lead singer.
This is Rian on guitar.
Thank you for having us.
Can you tell me a little bit about how the band started?
Sure, I'll take that one. Basically, back in about 2010, I got a hold of Brent, who's just a marvelous guitar player. We started collaborating a little bit acoustically, just working on a few things. I was playing in another band at the time. Quickly saw that Brent was the guy that I wanted to play with. We pulled in a drummer, and we got Rian off of a Craigslist ad, and that was a real quick decision as far as collaborating with Rian. Between the two guitar players, a lot of great feedback back and forth, bouncing around, and we just felt like that was definitely a trio we wanted to hang on to. Then we pulled Dean into the fold. What happened was we were booked to play with YNT in the summer of last year, and our drummer bailed 5 weeks before. And Dean and I had played together before. He stepped in with 5 weeks to go, totally bailed us out. We had a great show, and we've been a tight unit since about August of 2011. And coincidentally, we just played again with YNT in August of this summer, and it was just absolutely fantastic. It was a great time.
I think that everyone knows that your previous album is very good. Do you want to tell everybody about your new album?
Yeah, I'll take it from there. This is Rian again. Right now we have like 5 to 6 new songs in the works. Probably like 3 of them are probably about 80% done. The other 2 are still in the working stages. I think a lot of our music kind of is written just on how certain individuals feel, and we have like a broad range. There's not like one set theme per album, and just kind of, we all kind of, like, Brent will come or Mark will come with a song structure and kind of introduce it to me, or I'll do the same thing with them, and we just kind of let it go from there, and we try to incorporate our own styles into that stuff. And there's really no egos in our writing. It's mostly collaboration, not always at one sit-down, but we usually start recording our own ideas ahead of time, and then kind of gel them together through like emails with little demos and stuff like that, and adding things here and there. And Mark and Brent are really good at writing lyrical structures, harmonies, stuff like that, so they kind of contribute more towards that. I've written lyrics before, and I did for Cycles, but other than that, these guys do it well, so I kind of let them take over that part.
And what's really great is I think some of our best songs are the ones that the 3 of us co-wrote together. For example, I'll give you My Demise. Rian came with just a great guitar riff, and actually a really pretty complete song idea. And Brent and I sat down, and we came up with a melody line, lyrics, and I think that song really encompasses a lot of what we do from a guitar work standpoint, just a thudding bass drum, bass guitar type of sound, and harmony vocals. That's really one of the songs I think that stands out from a writing standpoint. That's really elaborate and just a very collaborative effort overall.
I think you seem to come over as a very tight-knit band, the way you play and your style, and it shows in your work.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
What are you planning on doing in the next few months?
Well, we've actually taken a different approach to what we want to do this summer. We actually we do want to play out live, but what we've decided to do is Beginning of the End has been out for, I would say, about a year now. What we want to do, and that's a 6-song CD, what we want to do is we want to record another 6-song CD. I think Rian had mentioned that we have somewhere in the neighborhood of really about 6 to 8 songs written, kind of in the formative stages. So what we want to do is we want to put out another 6, maybe 7-song CD just to keep things fresh, something that we can do a little bit more often instead of doing a full-length 12-song CD. But we want to keep putting some music out there, and we love obviously playing live. We are planning a couple of big shows for closer to the end of the year. As we know, December 21st is the quote-unquote end of the world. So, of course, we want to take advantage of that and have a real big show and have a big celebration that night.
Do you want to talk about anything in particular that I might not know about?
Bernie, I think the strength of our band is really the fact that we do collaborate quite a bit. We've always seen it as, I know a lot of bands have described themselves as a 4-way marriage. We don't necessarily think we're a 4-way marriage, but we do think we work really well together. And when the 4 of us got together, that was really something that was just fantastic. I've been in previous bands where there's been conflict, egos, things of that nature. what's really nice about working with the guys in End of Days is that everybody checks their ego at the door. We all contribute, and when we go and play live, I personally think we're more of a live band than anything. We grew up watching Kiss, huge Alice in Chains fan. We want to put on a show when we get out there on the stage, and we absolutely try our best to make sure we do put on a show. When people pay money for a ticket, we want to make sure they don't just see a band standing up there on the stage. We really want to give them a good show, and I think we did that, especially with that Y&T show. There's a huge crowd. It was just a great environment. We were pumped up, and that's really what we're all about. We just want to keep putting out new music. We want to keep getting out there on stage. So, like I said, we're going to take a little bit of time this summer, do some more recording, get some fresh stuff out there.
Are you planning on playing on the same stage with Restrained sometime in the near future and your brother Tony?
You know, we've obviously had a lot of fun. We do have the same song that was co-written by myself and John in Restrained when I moved on with End of Days. Took that song, kind of rewrote the music, and you can kind of hear, you can plainly hear, I think, the difference between the two songs. Very different styles. We reworked it, made it an End of Days style, and then Restrained's version that's a fantastic song. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We would love to share the stage with them. I think my brother and I have talked in the past about ticket sales. We're very, very competitive. We want to maybe stay away from that when we're talking about ticket sales and getting people out to a show. And obviously we know a lot of the same people. I think that would put people in a little bit of a pickle. But I think what we would definitely like to do is if we have the opportunity, we'd love to share a stage with Restrained and maybe play a show where we're just charging at the door instead of selling pre-sale tickets. I think that would probably make everybody a little bit more comfortable. But you know, they are fantastic at what they do. They have a really distinct sound. We try and have a very distinct sound too, very diverse. We have things that we do really well. They have things that they do really well, and it's just been a lot of fun. We definitely support each other. We've gone out to as many Restrained shows as we can, and we did get them out for that Y&T show that we had not too long ago here in August. So it was a lot of fun. It's great to have that camaraderie between the bands.
That's pretty cool. You were at Y&T the other night, and you had
Right.
a lot of people there.
Yeah, I think the total through the door was 669. So it was a pretty full house. It was good.
It's good to play in front of a full crowd.
Yeah, I mean, we were right before them, so a lot of people made their way in through the doors, you know, like halfway through. And playing for that many people was really a treat for us, I think. I don't think we've done that yet. And, you know, I played in a previous band for decent-sized crowds, but this one was really good. And the way the crowd response was, I think it was just pure energy in the whole room. It was really awesome.
And you know, the great thing is our very, very first show, which was back in March of 2005, was in Santa Rosa, California. We played with the Lynch Mob, and if you don't think I was nervous then,
Yeah, George Lynch.
you're wrong, but it was absolutely amazing. We got to play with Lynch Mob, then we got booked with the Bullet Boys, which was cool. Then last year, Y&T, we played it with a newer band here recently, also last year, called 10 Years, which was really cool. So we got exposed to a little bit of a different crowd there. But the crowd the other night at the Y&T show took the cake. I mean, they were loud, they were raucous, they were fantastic. And when those house lights came on and I saw the crowd, I was just amazed. And it was such a good feeling because we really, really worked hard selling tickets, getting people out there and promoting that show. And that's really what it's all about. You want people to come out and see you and support you. And we just absolutely thank everybody for not only buying tickets from us, but taking the time to come out and live our experiences with us and through us on that stage. It was just awesome.
Yeah, playing with Lynch Mob, George Lynch is pretty good. You guys have a pretty good sound too, so it must have been a good night for everyone.
Yeah, that Lynch Mob show was actually really good. If I remember right, we had our first drummer at the time, so Dean wasn't with us, but it went over really well. And the cool thing about it was being from Sacramento, going all the way over to Santa Rosa, and you know, getting to play for a totally different audience over there, and having the promoter afterwards, you know, call us and tell us, you know, people were asking about End of Days. That's what they were asking about, and that made us feel great. I mean, we felt like we brought it that night, and it was just a great experience. And the guys, Robbie Crane and everything, was really nice to me. He came up to me and talked to me that night, and really cool dude. And we had a really good time. We'd love to play over there again if we could.
We get on Facebook and
You've done a really, really great job of promoting yourself with the underground music scene.
we try and promote End of Days music on Facebook. And ENDofDAYSmusic.com is our website.
Have you considered going on a national tour?
We haven't yet. A lot of us have, day jobs, stuff like that. It hasn't been brought to us actually yet. So if we did, that would be a self-funded thing, and which we can't do right now. We've actually thought about if we could get on some kind of tour with like a 5 to 10, show tour here in California or on the West Coast. We would definitely consider that more than a national tour right now. Plus, I think the thing is once you have like A&R backing, we're not signed, so once you have A&R backing through any, whether it be independent label or management or whatever, I think that kind of helps out with setting up like national tours, stuff like that. I personally wouldn't want to set that all up myself. So
it's very difficult to do.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is we would definitely consider it. If you know anybody, send them our way.
I'm working on it. We'll see what we can do about that.
Well, we're not opposed to also, I've seen other bands before, put up like Skype live shows, where they set up like video feeds online, and it, I've seen them actually work for some bands. They can Skype like for $1 or whatever it costs just to log in and watch your shows, stuff like that. I think that's a great outlet now, for somebody who's never going to see like some band, if you live in Europe and you've heard of somebody, over in the States or vice versa. I mean, if you can catch it through any media, that's a great outlet. Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks to everybody who's been supporting us, listening to the station online, and certainly listening when our songs are playing. We still get excited when we hear our stuff on the radio, and if you know how that felt, you know where we're coming from. We thank you so much, and it's just really cool to hear your songs on the radio and get positive feedback. You were asking earlier if we had a chance to talk to Lynch, and Ryan was kind of talking about when he got to interact a little bit with the guys in Lynch Mob. The other night when we were backstage, got a chance to talk to Dave Manichetti and Brad Lang right after our set, and they really, really gave us a lot of positive feedback that just feels so good, especially coming from a legend like Dave Manichetti, who I think Y&T doesn't get the credit they deserve in a lot of cases. He's an absolute legend, and so getting feedback like that is incredibly awesome. Thank everybody for all the support, and obviously we can't do it on our own, so thanks so much.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to thank you for being on Legends of Rock, and I'd like you to come back again sometime in the near future.
We'd love to. We're planning on being new legends, so have us back anytime.
The name of the show is Legends of Rock, Past and Present, but nobody remembers the rest of the name.
All right, thanks so much.